they were very physical. Humphrey was very physical with you last week, and I know that's happened to you in the past. Do you know right away usually if that's going to be like the tone for the day?
For the most part. Sometimes they pick and choose, but it's kind of a monkey see, monkey do, or learn to do by doing kind of thing. If you've seen it done in the past, you might try and attempt it. But like I said, I've just come so much further than that. In the heat of the moment, just to be able to, there was an opportunity for me to really take things way further. He was on the ground, I was standing up still, and I kind of just let the moment pass. And not to say I regret letting the moment pass, but I've come a long way, like I said. I probably would have been suspended for the next game if I would have done what I wanted to do, or more, knowing how, I get treated. So it just was something I had to look for my teammates and not hurt them even more than the 15-yard penalty. And be sitting out a whole nother game. So this is football. This isn't MMA. This isn't, Street Fighter. That's a different story. So on the football field, I'm trying to make it more football than anything else.
I know there was a lot of debate about what transpired. Was he choking you?
I don't know. You can't. We grown ass men. You know what I mean? I can't feel that. Like when we're out there, we get hit every day. We get hit by 300-pounders. Talking about something like that, like I'm good. You know what I mean? We're grown.
Yeah, Odell, not that there are any new ways to defend you, I imagine, but do you expect the same kind of San Francisco to try to copy what
San Francisco's, they're more to what they do, but with the corner being down, I do expect the same thing I've always seen. And if teams are gonna play us like that, we're gonna put up 40. Chubb's gonna rush for 200 yards. I don't know what he rushed for, but we're gonna run the ball. Jarvis it works for us. We're keeping W's on the calendar. Put ourselves in position to work towards the playoffs.
How comfortable are you with 2 catches, but yet you score 40 points and beat a good team?
We beat a very good team. You know what I mean? So, of course, any receiver in the National Football League, you can ask them. You all know what we want to do. We want to catch touchdowns. We want to catch passes. But just drawing attention over here, I run a hitch and 2 people jump me, and you hit Ricky right up the seam for 70 yards. If teams are going to focus on that, it'll be a long day for me, but we'll come out with what we need to. So, like I said, it's about putting us in position to get to the playoffs. Stats are only stats, but the memories you have going to the playoffs, winning championships, nothing's gonna ever supersede that for me. So I just wanna get back to the playoffs. That's really it. I didn't have my best game, and it's something that I still think about to this day. So my only goal is to get there, win the division, and it starts with Baltimore, it starts with Bengals, it starts with the Steelers. So if teams are going to do that, we'll hang 40, we'll walk out of there with a win, get back to work next week.
The Ravens went to great lengths to put together a whole video and to break it down and give a play-by-play, attempting to show and say that Marlon Humphrey definitely did not choke you, which that upset some of your teammates.
So, to be honest, I don't even know if we play the Ravens this week. So we play 49ers, it's done. We play them twice. We'll see them again. So right now I focus on the Ravens. Now you got me thinking. I focus on the 49ers. They're 3-0, just coming off a bye, I think. It's going to be a tough game at home, and that's really the focus. Putting out videos. That's the funny thing about TV is you could see what you want to be seen. You could show whatever you want to be shown. That's what game clips are for. The game film is for. It's a completely different angle. Kind of like the eye in the sky don't lie kind of thing. So it's like what I said a long time ago when it came down to the other altercation I had, where only clips being showed are exactly what they want to be shown. That's the way that this world works. I'm not naive. Like I said, I've grown up a lot, so I know how the game goes. So like I said, we're focused on the 49ers. Monday night we're going against a very good team, playing well right now. and we need to go in there and get a win and go about our business and then get prepared for the next week.
But you were talking about not wanting to hurt the team with getting suspended or rejected. You were just talking about the game. What have you learned about what it takes to be a good teammate, in your time in the NFL to this point?
I mean, I've learned a lot, but this is how I've always been. I've always been a guy who, as I got in the NFL, I'm getting 50 free bag. I'm getting a free bag or whatever it is. I'm gonna ask for 50 of them to give them to everybody in the locker room. Last year, I got everybody Tempur-Pedic beds. Like that's just how I am. I want to see my teammates, have what I have. So, as far as being a teammate, I don't think anybody could ever look back and say something about me as a teammate. I was always very close with my teammates. One of the practice squad guys back at my old team, Big Vic is what I called him, Salako. And he was like somebody who I talked to every single day. So I talked to everybody who's in this locker room, in the weight room, meetings. I talk to everybody. As far as being a teammate, I'm probably not what I'm perceived to be, by the world.
Freddie and Baker talked about you getting held. Was it like a normal game for you that way, or is it more frustrating than usual?
I mean, it's pretty much always like that, and it's something that I can't sit there and worry about every single call. Like my favorite comparison, and I'm not saying I am him, but the LeBron, every time he goes up for a layup, is there contact there? Of course. But if they call it every single time, then, you know what I mean, it's not even going to be fair. All he's got to do is drive. He's going to create contact. The rule is if there's contact, it's something that I can't worry about. I got to get off of being held and get open even more. So, like I said, it's tough because, yes, the rule is if that it states this, but you can't really worry about it. You kind of just got to, what it's going to be. I guess put myself in position better to where I don't get held.
And when you talk about opening things up, how much did you enjoy Jarvis going off?
It just is something that I've been waiting, to see. When we were on opposite teams, and I remember him, not being able to do everything that he wanted, and I told him, the day that I came here, I was like, that's not going to happen anymore. And if they're going to play like that, hopefully he goes, 2,000-yard season. That's what we want. I love seeing him catch the ball. Two plays that I regret in the game is he caught I think he caught an in route. He put a move on somebody, broke a few tackles, and he was just stumbling the whole way down the field. I was trying to lift him up, then go get a block, and then I just seen him kept stumbling. And then the one we came and we kind of were just running this way parallel, and he took off, and I couldn't quite get to pick up that block for him. Like I still owe him a few blocks that he had for me in college. So. That's just what I love to see. This is somebody who I've told y'all about our relationship multiple times, and it's always going to be that way. Just be wanting to see him succeed, want to see him happy, and want to see us win. Most importantly, both of us come from a culture where us losing the game is season's over with, and we're crying after the game. It's like we're not going to the national championship. That's the only reason we were playing. So every game is important to us. I know the NFL is a little different. Winning every game is not as important, but to me, I hate losing. So I've never been a good loser. I don't think I ever will be.
Could you tell Baker was more comfortable last week? He looked like he really found a rhythm kind of early in that Ravens game.
Yeah, I think I would just encourage everyone who talks about Baker on the media to keep antagonizing him and to keep making him mad, because that's what you're going to get. This is somebody who's been fueled off of that all his life. And the more you poke fun at him, the more he's going to poke back. So I just love to see him in his element and just being him.
It's kind of hard to poke fun or pick on a guy that has a game like that, though. You know what I mean?
It's not. The world, we look for we'll find the negative. We speak about the game, and we're talking about 15 seconds of a game in one play instead of how the O-line did all game, or how Baker played, or how we put 40 points on the Ravens. We're always going to find the negative. So not to say that, there still would be people who, after the game he had, will still talk about him. It's just the way that this world works. It is what it is. We choose to focus on that. As you know, it sells a little better than, the positive stuff. So it's just the reality of it.
Odell, have you always been that giving person you described, even back in high school and LSU? And if so, where does that come from?
Probably comes from my mom and my pops as well. But my mom was always, she would give me, if we had food, she'd give me the last of her food. It just was something that I think I seen subconsciously growing up, and it's always been me. You know, I'll give you the last little Starburst if I had to. I wouldn't want to, but I'd give it to you. It's just how I've always been. I've always been, you know what I mean, giving. So I've always shown love, and then as I got around Jarvis, just learning how to even more. We'd go out and eat, and like, it's not about paying for the bill. It's that love that you're showing. Like, I want to take care of you. This is on me. Like, I appreciate y'all just being here. Good vibes, good energy. So that's just always been me. That's always gonna be me. I do accept gifts too, though. So I won't lie.
I know you're talking about a couple more.
We got to wrap. Have you taken Antonio Callaway under your wing a little bit, and have you been sort of mentoring him and helping him throughout this time?
I don't know if I'm really a mentor to anyone. Like, it's hard for me to look at it that way. I'm 26 years old, you know what I mean? Coming up on 27, so it's hard for me to look at those guys, and sometimes they're like, yeah, I'm a second year in the league, and I'm like, this, you know what I mean, it's crazy. So as far as Callaway, I'm here for him if he has any questions. If I see something on the route, the same way how I would expect someone to tell me, I'd tell him. And I'm just happy to have him back. I know that it was a long wait for him. And, you know, he served his time, his punishment, or whatever you want to call it. And I know he's excited and ready to play football. This is what I think people tend to forget that we worked our entire lives to get here. Sacrificed everything, every weekend, every single thing you could think of just to be able to be in this position. So we want to play football. We care about playing football. And that's why, to me, it's so important. Those little 60 minutes, that's all I get. You know, I get 16 of those 365 days in a year. That's it. So each one of them is important. I never want to let an opportunity go. And you never know when it could be a last game. So I'm here for any and everybody on this team as far as a mentor. I talked to, you know, one of my favorite people on this team is Larry. Obi-Wan Kenobi. So he showed, like, you know, he came and talked to me, I think it was a couple weeks ago before the season started, just about life, and he showed me something that I had posted in 2016 that he still had in his phone that kept him going and motivated. And it's like, you never, you know, I think Jarvis has a tatted on him. It says, our fingerprints never leave the lives we touch. And that's something that's just kind of always stuck with me, because I don't think in the moment of doing this stuff, I don't think I could think necessarily about the little kid that I'm affecting directly. And now, getting older and mature, I can see it more. So I choose not to want to do some of those things that I may have done when I was younger, when it was more like for yourself. So again, like I said, I don't think people realize how much we've sacrificed to get to where we're at, and to be able to do and play the game that we love.
I appreciate what you're saying about the scoreboard, which is what matters, and the playoffs is the goal. But do you have to fight frustration in the game when the ball's not coming your way as often as you would want it to?
I don't know if frustration is the word. It's just, like I said, you only have 60 minutes. And if you think about 60 minutes, there's 23 other hours in a day, and then you got 6 other days. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's tough. You never want to let an opportunity go by, but when I get to see my brothers shine and succeed, like, I can't help but be happy. No matter how frustrated you are, when you see Chubb, 250 pounds, 230, running down the field, and you see Big G about to pull a hamstring running down there, you can't help but laugh and be excited about that. You know, this game is not about one individual. Like I said, I'd be sitting here lying and say if I didn't want to help the team and go for 200 yards and help win. Everybody wants to be a part of the process, but sometimes it's a bigger role, just drawing 2 people, 3 people. Sometimes we get down to the red zone, there's 4 people over me and Jarvis. There's just more to this game. And like I said, this is a different Browns team, you know. This is something that we came over here, we talked about winning, we talked about doing all those things. We didn't have the best start, but we have a lot of momentum going into this game, and I think we'll continue to carry that throughout the season. It's all about winning right now, period. Win them however we can, get on to the next one. There'll be days you go for, You know, it's never fun when you're the one who goes for 250 yards and you lose. It's not fun. I promise you that. You get to go home and you're even more frustrated. It's like, damn, like I didn't do enough then. You know, so for me, it's always going to be a feeling of not doing enough. There's always going to be, you know, you look back and like, man, you think about games that you could have done this more, one more play this. If you want to be great, you want to be legendary, like I always speak of, there's always going to be more. I feel like it's a human need. We're always going to want more.
You talked about losing the earring, which obviously costs money.
No, I didn't lose it.
Oh, in Baltimore?
Nah, I was just joking, really.
Oh, okay. I thought you were serious.
Yeah, no, I still had it.
Did you get fined though? I mean, because that would be money lost.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, you know, I said I was gonna say something about the fine. I think it's crazy. Probably shouldn't, but I know there's so much going on, the future coming up of the NFL and this and that, and I feel like the NFL finds ways to just take it if they're just gonna take it from you. You know, I understand the penalty, getting fined for that, but pants above the knees, a shirt hanging out, and we're talking about a T-shirt that costs $5 to make, and you're getting $5,000 taken from you. Pads above your knees, and I'm like, you really think that this little knee pad covering my kneecap is gonna affect if somebody hits me who's 250 pounds running at 18 miles an hour? I don't do physics, but if I get hit, this is not gonna protect me. You know what I mean? It's just stuff like that I feel like we could come to a better agreement and simplifying things and not taking the money out of the pockets of the players who are putting money into this entire game. You know, so it's just tough. It sucks to get fined for socks or in the middle of the game have someone come up and it's like, oh, your jersey's out. Like, bro, I'm not worried about my jersey in the middle of the game. I'm worried about what assignment do I have, what advisor this, all those little things that I feel like could just be eliminated. Now, I'm not saying somebody come out here and you're on a team that's in y'all's colors or whatever it is, and you're wearing hot turquoise and you're just like out there and trying to do all those things. But I think there's stuff that doesn't really need to be so strict. And it's just like letting these players play. Like I said, we've sacrificed our entire lives to get here. Just let them play. You know, stop worrying about some of the little stuff.
I was also asking about the just because you and Humphrey got penalized, J.C. Treader, Kenny Young. I was asking.
Yeah, I told J.C. I'm gonna have to pay his fine because I didn't know that he got fined. I think it's
well, he got penalized.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a rule that they're trying to implement so that people aren't coming in to pull you off a pile and then more fights start and stuff. But it's just like, well, I'm trying to break it up for my team. I'm trying to get this thing situated, and now I've got however much money coming out of my pocket just for that. Like, it's just, and then there's a whole appeal process, and you have to call in and wait and do, hey, hello, yeah, this is what happened. Oh, okay, we're going to take off something. We're still going to fine you $3,000. It's just, you know, I hate even having to talk about that, you know.
So both you guys got fined, though?
I don't know. I don't know, Tim, what happened. He got fined. I don't know. I know JC got fined. I got fined.
Okay.
I seen the letter. I know that I'm going to have a phone call, which isn't fun either, sitting here and trying to appeal to get some money back of something where you feel like, why am I even really on this phone call right now? So it is what it is, you know. It's the rules that are in place, so just got to deal with it.
How much did it hit you for, man?
$250,000. No, I'm playing. I don't know. It's money out of my future family and kids' pockets. It's enough. I don't care if it was $5. You're still taking money from me. So I will appeal it. I always will appeal it. I just wish that they could not worry about some of that stuff, worry about the game and the other things that are going on.